It's more than just camaraderie that binds them. It's more than just the relationship of Hello, and thank you for tuning in for my review of the latest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 323. Let's go. So the chapter opens up with a flashback explaining to us readers Yami's recovery. In the midst of being struck by Lucifero's gravity effect, and this is the first interesting part, the first part that needs to be highlighted in this chapter, and that is her stating, the structure of his body, it's been altered. It resembles the devil that's in Asta, which still needs some explanation in further chapters to what that means, but it leads me to the assumption that by having been used as some kind of fertilizer, misused to further the Clyphos tree, in the process Yami has been demonified, and after he has been healed supposedly by Grace magic, we see Patolli holding William, the captain of the Golden Dawn, approaching the little group as well. William still being cracked up, and this is a part that needs to be highlighted as well, I think. Patolli stating, I want to return the favor, but since I no longer possess a grimoire, I'm afraid I won't be of much assistance in the fight. Which makes sense. I pretty much forgot that after his grimoire, which was originally a 4-leaf clover grimoire, turned into a 5-leaf grimoire and was used by the devil, Zagret, that he lost his grimoire. Still a bit disappointing, as I was hoping to see his dark light magic, or in the manga I think it's called demon light magic, being used against Lucifero and seeing how effective it would be against him. And William, not in a condition to participate in the fight himself, hands Yami a sword, the World Tree magic Blade of Mistletoe. And I suspected in one of my previous videos that due to the nature of William's World Tree magic and Yami's dark magic both being the key ingredients to open up the demon world to further the growth of the Clyphos, we might see some interesting probabilities arising out of Yami coating this thwart created through William's World Tree magic with his dark magic and using it in a fight with Lucifero. So it will be interesting to see if there is some special quality to this sword, especially in combination with Yami's magic. And the scene switches back to the present, Yami blocking the punch aimed at Nacht, which sends Yami flying. To which Lucifero quickly tries to follow up, but, and this is a very nice combination, gets interrupted by Zora and Sekre. And we see a combination magic called Reverse Counter Trap Magic X Mana Method Sealing Magic, we can assume that this is just to hold Lucifero in place and negate the effect, the force of his punch at the same time, as we don't see Zora taking any damage. Nothing that would probably take him down alone, but still an amazing feat. And this manga chapter again plays on the duality, on the duality of Yami and Nacht, of them being so close, and this is actually portrayed in their magic being kind of similar. Darkness magic and shadow magic, but also in their character, their personality. And I think it's this flashback that makes clear it's more than just camaraderie that binds them. It's more than just the relationship of Yami as a captain and Nacht as a vice captain. It is friendship. It is a friendship that predates their roles as magic knights, from the days they were children. And sometimes getting relationships like these inserted late into a story can feel cheap, but I really enjoyed it. I think it really added to the dynamic of these characters. It really warmed me up to both of them a lot more, and it makes me appreciate Nacht as a character even more. And the chapter ends with them both standing side by side with the determination to take on Lucifero. So for my prediction of the next chapter, chapter 324, I don't want to make up too many new long-term predictions, as I think most of my predictions from previous weeks that I made in my previous review videos are still valid and might still come true. But for the next chapter, first we'll probably see the dynamic, and I mean the magic dynamic of Nacht's magic and Yami's magic. We will see how their magics will supplement each other. Dark magic, darkness magic, and shadow magic. But we might also get to see a bit more on Yami's state, as his time of having been used to further the growth of the Clifos has, as it seems, changed his body's anatomy or his body's characteristics, possibly turned him into something like a devil, like a pseudo-devil. So we will see whether or not this just results in him having a boost in mana, a boost in magic, making him stronger without any other side effects, without a caveat, or if he is becoming or turned into some kind of devil. And we will probably also see, at least I hope so, more use of his sword, him attacking Lucifero. An open question is whether or not the next chapter will include Asta and the other characters as well, or if it's more like a resting time for the others. We might also get to see all three of them, Yami, Nacht, and Asta, working together in unison. And last but not least, I want to give out some long-term predictions. If you have watched some of my older videos, I stated my theory that I see the possibility of Yami and William dying for different reasons, for the states that they've both been in, their bodies having been cracked up, a state that it seems has been reverted, has been healed by Grace magic, but also for the reason of drama and opening up their respective slots as captains to a newer generation to move up, specifically Asta and Yuno. So, as it seems that Yami has kinda recovered, that might take a detour, or never happen altogether, it just being a theory of mine. So, but I do not want to reiterate my theory in this video. Instead, I want to build upon it and focus on William exclusively in this video, more specifically on William and Patolli. So Patolli stating that he's pretty much useless without a grimoire was kind of confirming or strengthening a theory, an idea I have in my head, and that is that we might see those two reunited. And how could that come to be? Through William's death. If William were to die, his body not being able to sustain him, being about to break apart, a possible solution would be that Patolli would take on a role similar to what William has been before. Just as before, they both were housing the same body, Patolli's soul being in William's body, we might see the reverse and William's soul being harbored in Patolli's body. And what might emerge out of that could be a character that could use two kinds of magics, kind of like Yuno, and have a grimoire, possibly making it so Patolli becomes a combat-capable character again. That's it for today. Thank you very much for listening and for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put out a video more dedicated to my theory and to what I envision the future of the Black Clover characters. I hope you stay with me. If you liked it, subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye.